Hey, what's going on, you all? I'm about to head out for a little surf today, and I wanted to share with you my warm-up and some yoga that I like to do before I go surfing. You can pretty much use this for any activity you're going to be doing, but I find this is really great for just getting the shoulders ready for paddling, just opening up the body. Just makes it a lot easier to pop up and have fun in the waves. So, hope you enjoy this, have fun, and I'll catch you later. All right, so come into a standing position. Go ahead and bring your left arm across the body, palm facing up to the sky. Keep it straight at the elbow, and then bringing the hand back up as far as you can behind you in a safe way. And then thumb goes down towards the ground, and bringing that top hand down to the side pocket of your pants, and then start to bring it back up. When you get to the top, turn that palm back up to the sky. Come across the body with a straight elbow, and then back down. Go ahead and repeat this one more time on this side. And if you want to squeeze your right hand, you are welcome to do so, just to get that extra activation in the shoulder cuffs and then create that stability for your other shoulder to be moving through space. And then just note the reason we do this. This is a proper way for a shoulder to get full range of motion as it's moving through rotation. Typical shoulder circles aren't enough to really get the full shoulder mobility activated before you do something like paddling or swimming or just any kind of sport, really. Shoulder circles are great. We're going to do those next, but this is really taking it through the full range of motion. So I usually do this about 2 to 3 times each side. You can do it 5 or 10 times each side, whatever feels best to you. It's your call. Just make sure you bring that top of the hand down to the side pocket and then slowly come back up, straight arm. When you get to the top, turning that palm back up to the sky, cross the body with a straight arm and down. And shake that out, and then we're going to come into some shoulder circles. So gentle golfer's grip, thumbs facing forward, don't squeeze the fingers all the way. We're going to do about 10 or 15 of these. Nice little small circles. Keep the abs gently engaged. Engage the glutes a little bit too, just to create some stability. And then turn the thumbs backwards, and we're going the other direction. Now you can do these for about 10 to 15 circles. If you want to do them for a time like a minute, you're welcome to do that too, but just make sure you don't overdo the shoulder circles and wear yourself out. So now we're going to be kicking the knees up, bringing the legs about 45 degrees off the body, kicking the knees up a little bit higher than the hips. Again, just getting that posterior chain, the anterior chain waking up, getting some motion. We're not trying to jog in place or anything too wild. And bringing the knuckles behind the ears, elbows out wide, bringing those shoulder blades together, and then bringing the elbows together in front of the face, and try to bring the elbows all the way together here, coming out, squeezing, and then back in, squeezing. If you can't get the shoulders or the elbows together here, totally fine. Just know it's something for you to work on. Just keep on building little by little. It does help a lot with that scapular movement in the back. Over time, it starts to retrain any patterns you might have had from oversitting. So now we're going to go ahead and stretch out the tricep and a little bit of that lat. So instead of pulling on the tricep, you can pull a little bit, but I want you to actually focus more on pushing the elbow into your hand. And then as you feel that stretch start to engage, gently bend at the rib cage. Okay, so let's switch sides and then try this. And if you want to pause this and go back to the other side, you're welcome to. I know we're moving a little fast here, but just want you to have the general idea and then make this your flow. So again, we're just kind of getting that stretch without pulling. We're actually bending at the upper rib cage and pushing our elbow into the hand. That's where most people make a mistake. They just try to pull too hard on the elbow. All right, so here we're going to just do a forward fold. Not really a traditional yoga forward fold or a sun salutation. We're just folding and just kind of relaxing, keeping the knees bent. We want to avoid any overstretching of the hamstring here. So bringing the hands to the shins, flattening the back, squeeze the glutes as you stand up. If it helps to pretend like you have a ball between the heels, you can put like pressure on the ball. So as you fold back down, try this. Bend the knees, gently just let the body hang, and then pretend like you have a ball between the heels. And as you bring your hands to your shins, straightening your back, and then squeezing on that ball so you get the glutes activated as you stand up. So we're going to do this for about 2-3 more times. What I like about this is it does activate the posterior chain and really gets your glutes activated as well. As you can see, I'm not fully straightening my legs or worried about how far I'm bending forward. This is something we don't, before we do like an active sport like surfing, we don't want to really overdo the nervous system or overstretch any muscles because that can cause muscle fatigue. We just want to wake them up a little bit. So let's go one more time, and if you want to do this 2 or 3 more times, you're welcome to. The cool part is just go with what feels good to you. So coming down into a plank, I want you to activate the core just by drawing your belly button into your spine, squeezing those front quadriceps, the front of your thighs, and squeezing your glutes. And coming back into downward facing dog. This isn't a traditional down dog. Keep the knees bent this whole time and start to pedal the feet back and forth. And then I want you to, don't worry about your head placement so much, but just try your best to push through the shoulders so you at least bring some of the pressure off the shoulders. Pushing your hands deeper into the ground and your shoulders up towards the sky will help to open up and lengthen you even more. Okay, so bringing this left foot outside of the left hand, dropping that back knee, and then bring the left hand up towards the sky for an open twist. And you can see bringing the left elbow down. That's going to help a lot with just getting some of the body warmed up to some of these rotational movements. Also, you're going to feel some of this in the low back and the hamstring. Don't go too low with the elbow if it's too much for you. Just keep it where it feels good. And switching sides, going the opposite direction. Right hand up in the air, and then coming back down, and back up, and back down. Again, I'm not bringing the elbow down to the floor or to the ground here. I'm just using my hand for the other side. Sitting back into a nice gentle stretch with the hamstring. Again, we're not trying to overstretch. My knee's actually somewhat bent here. I'm just kind of getting the activation. And then coming back forward, keeping that left foot outside the left hand. I want you to drop your knee away from the body. So notice how my knee's going away and my foot is coming up to the pinky edge of the foot. This is one of my favorite kind of like, it's almost like a pro tip move. Not a lot of people do this before when they're warming up, but you will have so much just opening in the low back, glute muscles, even the hamstring by doing that maneuver. So play with that a little bit on your own. Come back into a down dog, and then go into the other side. So on this side, I'm going to keep my knee up. So if you want to do a little more advanced, you can keep the knee up, or if it's too much, bring the knee down. Twisting open that right hand to the sky, and then elbow comes down to the ground. Again, don't force the elbow down. Just take your time. Do what feels good to you. It's just 2 inches you're moving up, 2 inches you're moving down. That's perfect. So you can see I decided to drop my knee just to show you the variations. Twisting up now to the left side. And again, on the other side, when I'm twisting away from my knee, I don't bring my elbow down because I feel like it doesn't really do a lot for me. But you can bring the elbow down if you want. Come on back and stretch out this front hamstring as well. Just kind of get yourself into a nice, gentle, subtle stretch. Don't worry about how it looks. Focus on how it feels. And we're going to drop the knee away from the body again. So what I want you to do, bring that foot to the pinky edge of the foot, knee away from the body, and gently move the hips forward some. You should feel this up in the where the hip comes into the thigh, or you might feel this some in like the glute or the low back. All those areas are great. Depending on how close your foot is to the body, you might feel it in different areas, so kind of play with that. And then we're going to do some scapula circles from a tabletop position. So here we're going to keep the arms straight and just move through the shoulders, trying to do a circle with the shoulders from the scapula. So don't bend the elbows, just do the shoulders. And if this is too hard for you, totally fine. You've got something to work on, but then you can just go up and down as I'm doing right here. So pushing the scaps up to the sky and then dropping the chest down to the ground, keeping the elbows straight. Now we're going to sit back into a child's pose. Again, nothing too traditional here. Don't worry about it being perfect. Just kind of rest in the body. Bring the forehead to the ground and reaching through the fingers and the thumbs. As you come back up, we're going to jump into a cat and cow. Don't worry about going too high with the cat or too deep with the cow. Again, this is really minimal just to get the spine moving. We're about to be doing a lot of activation in the water as we're paddling around and popping up. So move through this motion. Deep breath in as you come up. Exhale out and then switch into a cow. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, switch back into cat. And coming back this time into another child's pose, I want you to actually curl the toes of your feet under. To finish off here with a good stretch to the feet and giving some neuromuscular support to open up the hips. All right, so that's the warm-up. That's a little bit of yoga. Gonna get out there, hit some waves. Hopefully they're gonna pick up here the next little bit, but hope you enjoyed that. And get out there, do things you love doing the most. Activate yourself, just go for it. Peace.